Python and AI. And excuse me, I think my camera is not working right now. Okay, I think we should be good. So today we're gonna go over AI and Python. So first we're just gonna have like a little about me. But first a little bit about me. I'm a junior at Stevens Institute of Technology. My name's Bagawat Chapagan. I'm doing computer science. That's my major, but I'm very interested in data science and AI and ML field. But but if anybody has any questions about me, feel free to say something. But we can get started with the workshop. So. What we're going to be doing is using OpenAI's ChatGPT feature inside of Python. So, so ChatGPT, you can just go to the website, right? You'll be able to type in the chat, ask it anything. But kind of the back end aspect of that, what's going on behind the scenes of that, is it's kind of sending a request to the ChatGPT server.
It gives you like a certain amount of tokens for free at like if you just signed up.
I'm not so sure about that. Because my kind of entire my project right now is kind of based on that. But if you Google Google Gemini API, you I think if I do that, you can see that I have a .env file in this directory, meaning I have a file named .env. It's just hidden because when you see a dot but before a file, it usually tells the operating system, "Hey, hide this, don't show this." But doing ls or list showing -a kind of shows everything in here, and you can see .env is one of the files. So that's where we're getting this API key from to do the client here. Um, in order to kind of let OpenAI know that I'm accessing their services, I need to use the OpenAI module. And you can see here, I imported this stuff. They make it directly downloadable, so you have direct access to their servers. But once you do OpenAI, you have to give it the API key. So there's a couple parameters for this. First, we give this object the model that we're going to be using. So you guys probably know there's like, that's cool. So here we want to set the role to system. And then I want the content. I want to tell the system that you are a helpful assistant. So then now we have this response object created. And then let me just uncomment this to see what we get. So I'm printing out the first choice. That's why we're indexing 0. And then the content of the message of that first choice. Like let's say prompting, we want to make a custom prompt. So this is kind of gonna be like an introduction on how to do that, kind of getting something based out of that. So I want to, I'll tell ChatGPT improve the introduction to make more friends. To kind of this is the kind of the prompt that's going to be sent to ChatGPT. So this is username, and these brackets are used to indicate that I want the value of this. It depending on who you are, what your use cases are, it might be a little bit expensive. Um, but that's kind of an introduction to improving someone's introduction. You'll be able to use the API and kind of get a better idea for it. Someone said, "Were you born in Jersey?" No, I was actually born in Nepal. I go to school at Stevens.
For the hackathon, are we allowed to use the, for example, Gemini's API or the Open AI?
But that's kind of how you do that. And William, to answer your question about pictures, I think I kind of just explained it. You can give PDFs, PNGs, MP3 files. The documentation is here as well. I'm not sure how much it will mean to you guys. I think there's a version in Python somewhere around here. But feel free to kind of just take a look at this documentation. It kind of shows you a ton of examples, so you have an idea of how to use it. That's very worth looking into because a lot of the time we don't want to like send all this text to ChatGPT. But that's kind of it for my presentation. And Ali, if you want to make any remarks, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't really know how to say your last name, but thank you so much
It's
for